Yo, Coach Vince, I don't have much, probably like $100, $300, $500, man. What would you suggest that I do with this money? Like, how would you invest it? What would you do with it? Well, I'm about to put y'all on game right here, right now, right after this. Let's go. Hey, what's up? It's Coach Vince, former athlete turned money coach and the creator of the Money Mindset League, which is a community of athletes and former athletes just like myself and other like-minded people who all want to make smarter financial decisions, build five-figure savings, and invest to build wealth. We don't think like the majority. We follow the money and we think like millionaires. You can get my financial training camp course at the link in the description, or you can join the coaching program where I give you my entire financial library. We have weekly coaching and I show you my stock portfolio. Okay, that's in the coaching program in the link and the bio. So what would I do if I had 100 to 500 to spare? How would I invest it? Well, number one, if you're just beginning, right? If I'm a beginner, if I'm somebody that's just getting started with investing, the number one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a Roth IRA. Okay, why am I opening up a Roth IRA? Because I need to secure my future, all right? I need to make sure that I have something in place, a system in place, an automatic system that's gonna allow me to by the time I retire, be able to actually retire. The problem that most people have at retirement is they don't have any money, so they have to go back to work, okay? That's not the situation that I want to be in. That's not the situation that you probably don't want to be in. So the very first thing that you need to do is set up a Roth IRA, open up an account, and contribute monthly into a Roth IRA. Why a Roth? Because it allows you to tax what's called after-tax dollars into an account, and you can contribute up to $500 per month. So if you got 100, if you got 200, if you got 300, if you got 400, all the way up to 500, you can contribute in this account. The max is $6,000 per year, and by the time you retire, you can actually take out the money all tax-free. This is one of the best retirement accounts ever created, and it's something that most people don't even take advantage of. I created a video on TikTok, and there's so many people that didn't even know this that's reaching out to me, that's saying, wow, this is helpful, and they're starting and actually beginning to do this and implement the plan and execute. Remember, 2021 is all about simplicity and execution, and that's what a lot of people are doing. So let's tap in. You got to create a Roth IRA, okay? If you do this, right, you set up a Roth IRA. There are some initial deposit limits on some accounts. Some accounts have no initial deposit limits, okay? There's Fidelity that I don't believe they have one. And then there's my favorite, which is M1 Finance, which has a $500 initial deposit limit. So if you have $500, I would put that $500 to use and open up this Roth IRA, especially if you're a beginner, so that you can begin investing. And then if you save $100, if you have an extra $100 every month to spare, and you start at my age, something like my age, right? You start at the age of 26 until 67, and you just contribute $100 per month into that account, right? You can have well over $1 million, all tax free. So how you get started, man? I would recommend that you go to M1 Finance. That's my favorite app. That's my favorite long-term investing app that I use personally. And I will open up an account with them and get started ASAP so that you can really start making this tax-free money over the long term and secure your future. Because that's what it's all about. Having money when it actually counts. You don't want to go back to work when you're 67, 70 years old. That's the last thing you want to think about. Set yourself up and secure yourself up today, right now, by opening up a Roth IRA. That link is in the description below. And the most important thing, and the thing that I like the best about M1 Finance, is that they allow you to automate the entire process, okay? Everything. So once you set it up, you can really set it and forget it. You're also allowed to buy fractional shares of ETFs and stocks. So you get the best of both worlds, man. I absolutely love it. You can get that at the link in the description. So the number two thing that I would do if I had $100 to $500 to spare, how would I invest that? Well, number two, if I already have a long-term account, if I already have my Roth IRA, like I said in number one, I'm going to buy some individual stocks. All right. I know this part gets a little scary for some people, but I'm about to help you out real quick. All right. I'm going to put you on game. I will buy individual stocks, but I wouldn't buy just any old stocks. Okay. I will buy quality companies in these 4 sectors. So if you got $100 to $500, I would personally invest into these 4 sectors. This is what I would do. I would invest into infrastructure. I would invest into clean energy. I would invest into electric vehicles, and I would invest into financials simply because of what's going on in our world right now. Right now, President-elect Joe Biden is going to be the president over the next 4 years. These 4 sectors are projected to have the best return over those 4 years because that's the type of plan and the administration that they have in place. And that's what's going to be allowed to grow. Another sector is also cannabis. Okay, this is something that's thinking about becoming federally decriminalized. So investing in cannabis stocks will be another good way to go. So some of those stocks include Tesla, Caterpillar, Neo, Sunrun, First Solar, Solar Edge. Okay, a lot of those companies, financials would be like JP Morgan or Citigroup. All good companies, all quality companies, something that you can invest in to make sure that you actually make some money with the money that you invest. All right, now, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, right? But these are sectors that are projected to have really good returns over the next 4 years. So I would get started by, investing in an app like Robinhood or Webull. If you want to get started and you don't have an account, make sure you tap the link in the description below. You'll be able to get 1 free stock. All right, you'll be able to get 1 free stock, and I'll also receive 1 too. So click the link in the bio if you want to get started with Robinhood. It's one of the most simplest apps out there. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is, since you only have $100 to $500, okay, you're probably more than likely going to be buying fractional shares of some of these companies, because some of these companies cost way more than 100. Some of them cost, way more than 200. So you're going to be more than likely buying fractional shares, which is a good thing because number one, you're going to be able to diversify and spread your money out across multiple companies. That way you're not stuck in one. That way you're not worried only about one company. One company could mess up your whole portfolio. Instead, you're diversifying across the board and you have your money in a lot of places, okay? The number 1 rule of investing, especially long term, is diversification. So that's the tip. That's the game I'm giving y'all right now. Set yourself up first, create the long-term account. And if you already have the long-term account ready and you already have it set up automatically with investing money in there each and every month, then go ahead and buy you some individual stocks that should project to have a really good return over the next 4 years. Now, the number three thing that I would do. So this is for my seasoned people. This is for my people that know exactly what they're doing. This is my people that already have number 1 and number 2, which is a long-term retirement account, a Roth IRA. And number 2, you already invest. You understand investing. You know how to, buy fractional shares and diversify your money. Well, now it's time to get to the next level. The next level is to invest into the future tech innovation. That's the next thing. Invest into the future, okay? So buying individual stocks that are projected to make 25, 50, 100, 200%, 300% over the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So some of the sectors that I'm investing in this space is robotics. We have biotech, 3D printing, 5G, and artificial intelligence, okay? The reason I'm getting to this is because you have to think about the future and what's coming. All right, we just went through a pandemic in 2020. I don't like to think about 2020, but 2020 was a big play onto what's coming in the future, okay? We just went through a health crisis. Biotech is one of my number 1 sectors that I'm investing in coming in the future, okay? 5G is going to allow some of the things that we want to happen health-wise and some of the ways that we want to communicate when it comes to surgeries and everything. That's going to also pop. Robotics plays into that too, because there's going to be things that are going to be tied to the 5G robotically that we'll be able to do because of 5G. So, and artificial intelligence just completes the whole thing, because that's the data that we need to be able to get the information to be able to do the stuff that is going to make our lives easier, especially when it comes to healthcare, right? Especially when it comes to surgery and gene editing and, just the innovation of technology over the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. Like, it's accelerating like no other. I don't want you to miss out on the boat. So I actually use M1 Finance to invest in stocks in this space, okay? Because it's a little bit longer term, okay? This is stuff that's not really on the front page right now because everything with the election and everything with, Biden and his administration. But these are things that's really coming up, that's really near, that's in the near future, like next 3, 5, or 10 years, that could really pop and really give you some really, really exponential gains if you know what you're doing. And if you want to learn, if you want to see exactly what I'm investing in, my stock portfolio, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, then you can join the coaching program. That's at the link in the bio. So look, that's it, y'all. Yo, if I had $100 to $500, number one, I would get a Roth IRA. I would get a retirement account. That way I set up my future. Number two, I would buy in the individual stocks that are going to have a good return during the Biden administration. Clean energy, electric vehicles, infrastructure, financials. And then number three, I would invest into the future. I would invest long-term into the future, okay, with robotics, AI, 3D printing, biotech, and 5G. Till next time, y'all. Y'all already know, man. Don't forget, if you want to set yourself up, you want to position yourself to win financially and to prosper and to have financial confidence, get my free financial training camp course. That's in the link in the description. And also join my coaching program if you want to see what I'm buying. So till next time, believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and most importantly, love yourself. Peace.